warning. The idea that banning these communities from the general internet would cause a pressure cooker effect, where the people using them would just gather on more extreme platforms. And indeed, they did. The shutdown of r/incels instantly led to the creation of 4 different websites. Incels.is, which is a general forum for incels. Neats.net, created for people who are not in employment, education, or training. Sanctioned Death, a site that allegedly provides instructions on how to,
He's playing the Matrix theme song in the background. I love that. That's so funny.
And finally, LOOKSMAXER.org. It's during 2024 that most of Clav's posts on this forum take place. One of the earliest posts I found is him replying to someone named Big Black Oily Booty, who claimed to be 15 years old. Clav replied to him saying, "Log out of this site and play with your friends. Don't ruin your mental development with autism." Unfortunately, this is advice that he himself did not take. 1 month or so after his 18th birthday, he made a post saying he had already gone on 4 steroid cycles, with doses as high as 550 milligrams of testosterone weekly. For reference, the testosterone they give middle-aged men to get their T levels healthy tops out at 200. In the same post, he also notes that taking substances in the past had seriously affected his liver health, but this didn't seem to be a major.
So in this, I may not play all of these parts for just, you'll get the theme. But you can tell that he seems to use drugs as a crutch to LOOKSMAX and, make himself either feel more secure about himself or be in a state of euphoria. You'll know what I'm talking about later.
Major concern for him. By age 16, he was spending $700 per steroid cycle. But somewhat ironically, his drug use ranked pretty low in terms of bizarre methods he was using to supposedly improve his looks. While LOOKSMAXERs believe that your body is an important part of improving your looks, equally important is your face. Having a strong jawline, high cheekbones, and hunter eyes are heralded as the pinnacles of LOOKSMAXing.
Everyone talks about getting hunter eyes, and everyone talks about a positive canthal tilt, but no one tells the truth. Here's the full guide on how to actually get hunter eyes.
According to Clav,
and of course, all this shit is completely made up. It's really just bullshit. You'll see that there's a lot of phrases, a lot of words, and a lot of things that these people are chasing that either aren't real or completely unrealistic. And it's that next shot of dopamine, and it's something that people are chasing. And I think it's more about the chase for clavicular and more, yeah.
But one of the methods he used was.
And so here you'll also notice that a lot of the behavior that he seems to exhibit is people pleasing and wanting to impress others, and not so much be connected with people. It's for him to boost his self-esteem and possibly become more confident. And this is ultimately his whole personality, is being a people pleaser, and I'll show you what that means.
We begin to see the line being crossed, as Clav goes from exclusively affecting himself with his antics to potentially affecting other people in a variety of ways. One of his biggest threads from this era features him taking pride in banging a girl who is in a relationship. What's funnier, or more strange about it, depending on how you look at it, is that he recorded audio of her crying about it afterwards to own her. Besides this, he frequently expressed his pride about purposely tricking people on TikTok into doing fake LOOKSMAXing techniques. This would be taken to the next level when, after enrolling in college, Clav was outright planning to start doing Botox injections for other students to make a quick buck. Funnily enough, before he expressed his intention to do this,
And he probably said, "Hey, I want you to look better, or I want to introduce you to LOOKSMAXing, and these are all the crazy cool things that can happen as a result to these surgeries or these techniques that I'm going to show you for money." Whether he cares about the individual's looks or not, it seems like it's just for him to get ahead and acquire some money.
he was concerned about being kicked out if the college ever found his social media accounts, only to turn around and make plans to run a plastic surgery operation out of his dorm. He also made some other threat announcing that he won't be paying tax.
And so eventually he ended up getting kicked out of university. And so, yeah, that's one of the tales, the oldest time at this point, about 2 years ago. So, yeah. And so I'm not going to play the clip. I'm just going to use this as a background and just tell you what happened. He was being harassed or followed by other streamers that use, like, basically their they annoy people on stream, as well as specifically other IRL streamers or in real life streamers, to make content and to get a rise out of them. And so they first met at an event, and he was being followed by these people. And on camera, he was saying, and Clavicular on camera said, "I want to kill them." And so from that moment, when he said, "I want to kill them," you can tell that he may not have very much resilience. And in the red pill and incel part of the internet, the community of the internet, they seem to not take responsibility for their actions and put all the blame on other people, and aren't very resilient even in social situations. So a lot of people go to the incel movement or talk to alpha males or learn from them because they feel rejected by women, the world, things of that nature, when it's really not that deep. Let's say I go up to a woman and I ask her out and she says no. I used to get very upset and very rejected, just because I have ADHD and I feel things very deeply. But it maybe has nothing to do with me, or, the person's just not interested. You can't control those things. And, if what I think is missing from the alpha male black pill blue red pill society, or community rather, is that locus of control. They don't feel like they have control over their life, and so they people please and don't respect people's boundaries, and tend to not take responsibility for their actions. And in a roundabout way of saying this, that one of the streamers did get on top of Clavicular's car and started doing weird stuff. And so it doesn't show in this clip that he drives forward, but that's all we hear, and then we hear a bang. And there is an assumption that he runs this person over. We don't know any news beyond that, besides that he stayed live on Kick calling Aiden Ross to another very prominent streamer to get a lawyer, which I find very, very weird. Is like, not everything should be live. Not everything needs to be on camera. Like, you know, especially when you might be in trouble, you should not be putting that on in live for people to see. I think that's just a really stupid idea. But yeah, I just want to inform you guys what you can learn from individuals like this. The big red flag for me is saying I want to kill these people instead of saying, hey, I want to talk to these people, or lay down a boundary and say, hey, I appreciate you wanting to hang out with me, and basically like redirect the conversation or redirect the people, and say, hey, I appreciate you taking an interest in me, and what I have to do. I know that's like not what they're gonna he'll probably say, or not, that's not the conversation that they would have, but saying I want to kill someone, when they're just like harassing you and poking fun at you, is shows a lot of insecurity, and there's just like no resilience, no like ability to shake it off, or like just rise above it. And so that's just a huge red flag. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed me talking through these things. It's really fun to just kind of go over influencers and other people in the public eye. And yeah, thank you for showing up, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.